Justin Simpson here with Bryant Roofing. Today we're going to be doing an attempt to repair on Miss Blue's house. Claim number 075-356-1760. Today's date is June 5th, 2024. We are on the left rear slope. That's the left rear side elevation or slope on this side. As you can see, this side has been damaged from wind. What happens is wind's gotten under here and lifted up and pulled the shingles off the fasteners. If you can see the fastener there, it's not over nailed. It's just a matter of the wind gets underneath here, creates a pocket, creates positive pressure, and pulls these shingles out, and then they begin to slide out as a sheet. It's not an installation error. If the roof has lasted as long as this has, roughly 18 years, and the fact that the fasteners are not over nailed through the shingles. But today we're going to be removing just one of the slide outs from the positive pressure, and it'll be this shingle here. In order to remove this shingle, we must loosen the shingles around it. So it begins here, ends here. So I've got to loosen the shingle above it, try not to damage the shingles while doing so. I am using an approved roof snake on this. Give myself enough room. All right, and then you do the row above it, because this shingle has a nail strip here, but this shingle has a nail strip here. The top of this shingle is usually typically nailed when this shingle is nailed on as well. All right, so we're pretty well removed. Now, I'm simply gonna go underneath this shingle, pull it up the rest of the way over the fasteners. And this shingle's out. I'll go ahead and pull the rest of the fasteners out, and we'll start the video when I'm installing the new shingle. So we're ready to install our new shingle. We pulled up the fasteners. We're gonna slide this one in. Kind of get it up underneath. Sometimes it gets caught on some of the fasteners up top. We did have to trim this slightly to fit because it's not a standard size shingle. They're all vary between 38.25 and 40 inches. But we now have our shingle in. Our reveal is good, matching the two shingles beside it. And now we'll begin to nail. So what I have to do now is, in order to nail on this nail strip, it takes 6 nails per code. I have to lift this up, and a rule of thumb is just make a 90-degree angle with your finger and your thumb, and that should give me enough swing space, okay? But we're gonna find out right now. This roof, again, is old. It's got a lot of granule loss on it, but we're gonna do our best to tack it. We did remove the shingles fairly easily. The seals over the time had been pretty much worn and broke down at that point. So I'm gonna slightly lift that shingle just enough to nail it flush and continue on. Again, 6 nails in the nail strip, just lifting the shingle less than a 45, obviously, to get the nail in, just to get it started. There we go. Started the magnet strip. All right. Sometimes you hit the tops of other nails, plastic caps for instance, and the nail doesn't go in straight. That's why I don't like using the roof snake to nail in the nails. It leaves it loose and it never goes in straight. All right. So right now we have 5. We need 1 more shingle at each, but as you can see, I mean, you can see the creasing that's occurring across here. You can see the granule loss on here. I mean, I'm not rubbing hard at all, but you can see clearly just from lifting it up that little bit that this shingle above it holds it in place still, even though the seals popped, and creates creasing. So there's really no way to repair this without damaging the surrounding shingles. Just because it's so old. If it was more pliable, it would bend easier, it'd be a different story. But at this point, due to the amount of creasing and the fact that I've still got to put several nails in here, I haven't been lifting it at nearly a 45 degree, more like a a 30 degree, and it's still showing granule loss. Again, I'm barely touching it. It's going to compromise the integrity of the shingle. That crease will eventually wear out the shingle and it'll fall off. So at this point, it would be a fail.